Hey everybody, John from Blair Air here. I've got the Mavic Air 2 out again, and I'm gonna keep up with my outings on it, at least for the next few weeks. It's gonna get sold at some point. I might keep it through the rest of the summer. I might just let it go. It's overkill to have too much. In any event, I'm gonna do some active tracking here just to illustrate a couple things about how good the Mavic Air 2 is, and will be for someone that considers buying an older DJI drone. So, one of the things that you'll see in active track here that's different from the current Mavic 3, and I believe also from video I've seen from the Mini 3 Pro, is the smoothness of its motions. So you can hear a lot of obstacle detection going on, but there's not a lot of, bobbing and weaving going on. It's quite the smooth operator. So we'll start to come down here. Take a look at the altitude. You'll see that it'll start dropping as the drone follows me down. And there you go, 2 feet, 1.6. It should go into a negative. And I hate to be negative, but sometimes you just have to. So I'm going to take it through a couple of, I won't call them gauntlets, but they're some tricky conditions. So what we've got is conditions that are difficult with exposure, with contrast particularly. So the reason I'm running in auto mode instead of pro mode here is it can adjust and pick up the light it needs as I go into areas where my contrast gets, less than ideal. Now this isn't bad, but we've got tree branches right here, and we want to make sure that the drone is able to drop low enough to get under them. Will he be able to do it? Can you come down for us? Come on down. He did. See how he went right under there? Oh, he's chopping. Come on. Come on, buddy. And he's out. So, we did a little bit of landscaping there. Notice he's not on the ground gasping for breath or nursing a broken arm. So another condition we're going to try here is down around the corner here. So we've got, again, some conditions here with altitude, lighting, contrast. I'm going to actually drop the contrast back a little because it just doesn't look great. You can, kind of mind the exposure and kind of tweak it a little as you go, if needed. But up here, where I lose my contrast, is where you want to stay in auto mode, because whatever it has to do to keep enough contrast to separate you from the environment is important. As he swings around this turn, you'll see there's no, huge wide swing. It just comes around nice and smooth and steady. That's the Air 2. He is the smooth operator. Always the smooth operator. So I'm intensely staying close to the tree on my left here. I'm going through a dip over here. It takes me way down, negative 14 feet from my takeoff point. And he just kind of rides along behind, doing what he needs to do. I want to give him a little bit of a challenge here. Let's see what he'll do with this fallen tree limb over here. Don't mind me being out of breath. That says more about me than it does about the Air 2. But can the Air 2 get through here? Sure he can. Absolutely can. Once he's through, we'll circle around and just keep giving him more challenges. Now, this isn't a forest of 2-inch, 2-inch thick limbs where it's, showing off. This is more about showing how smooth the video is with this. It always stays going through a tunnel of trees or a canopy. It stays smooth. Whereas the darn Evo 2 Pro, it calls it dynamic track. Oh, it's dynamic. It's all over the place. And it literally, you have your heart in your throat the whole time it's following you, because it's running right up on trees. Right up on them. And then swerving at the last second. That doesn't make for good video. Unless you want that in your video. Hey, watch my drone almost hit this tree. I guess it could work in a horror film. Somebody running through the woods and almost whacking their head right into trees as they're chased by a mad orange drone. I don't know. But anyway, the point was, again, about smoothness of operation. I don't see that so much even with the Mini 3 Pro. It's a beautiful active track that they're doing on there. Whatever the parameters are that they're using for that active track, they are good. He can go forward. We saw him coming backwards out of the woods. Rick was doing that on Drone Valley, driving it backwards out of the woods. But this little guy, the Air 2, has been really good. And I just hate to let him go. But I'm going to back him up so you can stop listening to that optical avoidance. It's getting annoying. Anyway, so there you have it, folks. The smooth operator. And me, that shadowy figure under the tree.